67 days ago, 16 UConn students began a college experience like no other as Survivor UConn began.
Go!
Avoiding twists and idols, now only 5 players remain. Alex. From day one, Alex's name has been on the chopping block. By building a strong alliance with Mackenzie and Mark, and in duos with Mark and Earl, Alex's connections have propelled him by in this game. He hasn't got here though, without the downfall of some of those allies.
Mackenzie. Eric.
Can Alex squirm his way a little farther and into the final tribal council? Or will he find himself just short of the Survivor UConn title? CJ. When Zubin looked to be out the door, CJ decided to take the reins of the game and turn things around in his favor. He hasn't looked back since, having played an idol successfully, grabbed a firm control of the merge, and worked as a powerful trio with Lindsay and Raph. Will CJ's connections be able to get him to the end, or will his game finally catch up to him? Lindsay. Her relationships with the Cassins have kept her in control for the entirety of the game, without a single vote to her name. Recognizing the threat of Earl and his idol, her and Raph blindsided their ally CJ and removed his ace in the hole from the game. Her gameplay and loyalties have been successful for her so far, but will they continue to hold through all the way to the final two? Mark. Creating strong strategic relationships in this game have brought Mark to the final 5, and his social charisma that has built him up as a target more than once. Immunities have not come easy for Mark, yet he's been able to survive more tribal councils than anyone else left in the game. Despite being blindsided at the start of the merge, he's bounced back from a 5-3 deficit to being 3 votes away from the end. Can he continue that hot streak and claim a spot as the sole survivor? Raph. Studying abroad from Australia, Raph never found any difficulty in making friends. His tight bonds with CJ and Lindsay have kept him rolling throughout the course of the game, and fresh off of his second individual immunity win in a row, he has yet to be targeted thus far. Will Raph be able to charm his allies into letting him plead his case to the jury, or is Raph's time up in Survivor UConn? With 3 immunity challenges, 3 vote-outs, and 7 jury votes to be cast, the road to victory is far from over. Who will have what it takes to outwit, outplay, and outlast the other 4, and claim the title of UConn's first sole survivor?
It gets kind of scary when
everyone's voted except for Lindsay and Raph. Lindsay gets up, she goes to vote. Catherine looks at Mark dead in the eye. Mark, did you vote for me? Mark looks at her. Yes. He just blatantly tells her, and then right after that, everyone's like, oh jeez. Oof. And then I think Raph is like, yeah, really just gonna say it out there. And then so I go over to Raph and I'm like, wait, Raph, was I supposed to vote for Catherine? I freaked him out a little bit, so I just wanted to play with him. And Raph hadn't voted yet, so it kind of freaked him out. And then he's like, wait, whoa, what? And then I'm like, no, I'm just kidding. So Catherine, she pretty much knew. And then I made a pact with her that I would strip for every vote that I got, but clearly I didn't get a vote. So I think I might have to strip at Final Tribal Council, but I should be good for the most part. I might have to be naked because there's a good chance. Like if I'm sitting against Mark at this point, I don't think Mark has a shot at beating me because everyone else I've talked to a lot more. Most people would vote for me over them. Pretty sure Lindsay straight up told me that she would have voted for me over other people. So pretty sure I'd beat everyone except for maybe Raph. That's an issue. I need to get Raph out of the picture. But everyone else probably am gonna beat them.
So I'm already happy. The final five, that's pretty much everyone that I genuinely hanged out and sort of enjoyed playing with and stuff. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm happy with the final five now. I just gotta work with Lindsay and CJ, and then we're gonna cruise our way in the final three.
All right, guys. Very impressive.
That was a video.
Oh. That's great. Welcome to your Final Five Immunity Challenge. So for today's challenge, we have a bit of an obstacle course. It's not, well, I don't know what you call it. You're not going through obstacles, but there's 4 parts to it. There would be 5, but I forgot one because I'm good at things. So first part is you gotta eat half of one of these guys.
That's the first part. Eating's the first part.
Yeah. Don't worry, Alex. We'll have you just gotta catch up a little.
I might as well throw it.
Second part of the challenge is going to be going nuts. They're 5 now. They're actually 5, so you got to get 5 at the top of each other. So what this is you're going to be putting the boot order of the season as well as how many votes each person has had against them. So say Alex
Was the first person out.
First person voted out, and he somehow had 0 votes against him. Good job, Alex.
Why is my name in there?
Because you're also gonna put everyone in the game and how many votes they've had cast against them. If you get it wrong, you gotta run over to the student union door, touch it, and run back. If you flip over these cards, there's a letter on the back of each of the name cards. You unscramble a word. It's a phrase, a 16-letter phrase.
And that's the last one.
And that's the last thing. Whoever does that first wins immunity.
Cheers to the final 5.
Alright. Eat! CJ, already down those leaves. Alex, okay. Alex, taking a walk. What do you think? Is it hard habanero or?
Habanero. Oh, definitely did. Habanero.
Say Lindsay and Raph in the lead, but Mark and CJ aren't too far behind. Where's Alex at? Alex, where are we looking? Alex isn't dead last. Everyone's taking their time though. It's tough. It's very dry. It's not fun. You get no water after. Much to everyone's excited.
Alright, I'm done.
Alright, Mark done. Mark moving on.
First to the nuts.
Raph, looks like you might have it. Lindsay might have it. CJ has it, neither of them. Raph has it. Lindsay's getting there. She's getting there. She's getting there.
You're the first one in the round.
Lindsay has it. Everyone onto the nuts.
I'm not on the notes.
Alex, how are you doing?
Almost on. am I at a
Mark
deficit?
almost at 4. Lindsay with 4. Lindsay about to have 5.
Done.
Raph moves on. Lindsay at 5. She can hold it. Lindsay loses it at 5. CJ at 4. CJ loses it. Mark on 5. Mark almost had it. Mark loses it.
I'm done.
Raph looking confused. Alex has it. Alex finishes his food. Alex down to the nuts.
Done.
Lindsay has it. Lindsay moves on. Alex moving on. Alex going wild. CJ moving on. Everyone's on it but Mark. Mark was the first to finish, but it seems like the nuts are not his specialty. He had 4. He loses it again. Mark moving on. Mark finally. Raph is something incorrect. Raph has to go.
Okay.
Alright,
Oh shit.
Alright, Lindsay looking for a check.
Check for Alex next.
Lindsay's correct. Lindsay can move on.
Lindsay, if you want to scramble and go for it.
Check, please. CJ.
Alex is incorrect. Alex got it wrong. Mark is working.
The exercise is good.
There's a 2.
Yeah, I don't know.
You should know.
So I don't know what else it could possibly be.
Alex is correct.
Finally.
Alex moving on. CJ back for another look.
Done.
Alex, incorrect.
Hey, oh, wait. There. No.
Alex has it. Alex wins immunity. Where was immunity necklace?
We all had immunity. We took a fucking necklace.
Alright, Alex, we're bringing back the ball of immunity.
Yeah, you got a ball.
Alex with guaranteed spot in the final 4. As for the rest of you, one of you, it will be the end of this week. I'll see you guys at next travel.
The word necklace. I don't know why. I stared at it for probably 10 minutes. I had immunity with one less M, and I was like, did Ryan screw up? Like, I don't know. But there's no way it's not the word immunity. But if I had unscrambled necklace, obviously I would have then like looked and been like, okay, like I must be missing something. It's very frustrating because I don't think it would change much because at this point it's just like Alex won, so now we're definitely going after Mark. But it's just frustrating because it would have been another win for me. The only good thing is, I know at this point people have said, oh, like, Raph is the mastermind, which is not really true. It's just that Raph talks to people the most, and it's kind of both of us coming up with everything. So I guess the fact that I did so well in the third part is something I could use later, kind of be like, well, obviously I know what's going on at all times if I got all of this right on the first try. So that's really the only good thing that came out of that challenge. I was pretty angry that I didn't win.
I had to work with Mark because I know that Alex and Lindsay were having trouble with the puzzle, so I said, I can catch up, so help him out, and I was like, Mark, what the heck, did you get 8 votes already? And he doesn't even know, so I'm like, kidding me. Alright, I know you only have 4 votes because no one else voted for you, so put 4 there. Alex won. Yeah. So it's kind of upsetting, but then it makes our decision like easier. So as long as Lindsay, CJ and I vote for Mark, easy 3, and Mark should go home. So after the challenge, I was like to CJ walking back home. I was like, hey Siege, we want some drinks. So we went to my place and then we just talked about like everything.
Nice.
The final 5.
Final 5. Final 4.
Well, and final 3.
Final 4 and final 3 and final 2. Alright.
Dope.
Cheers to that.
I'm torn. Like, I'm like right in the middle at this point. Because there's like Raph and Lindsay on one side, Mark and Alex on one side. And I'm just like sitting right here in the middle, just like, I don't know what to do.
Because literally, like, us 3 have the same mindset ever since the beginning. And it's like, this is like awesome. And then I get to know you too, and I'm like,
yeah,
you guys are like such an amazing like people and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit worried because I know that Raph knows that I'm a threat. I'm pretty sure Lindsay thinks I'm a threat. Sure, they're the people that I'm trying to vote out. And Mark, I don't think that he'll flip on. He's been loyal to me this entire time. Ryan gave me a ball, but I didn't come here for the ball. Alright? I came here for the necklace. I got the immunity necklace. No one's voting me out this week. This is the week that I was most worried about. All I gotta do is make sure that my boy Mark is safe, and we are Gucci.
Lindsay right after the challenge was like she knew immediately what you were gonna do. Like she's like, oh, Alex is gonna like tell you to vote out Raph. I'm like, don't do it. Like literally, she knew exactly what was gonna happen.
From Lindsay,
yeah, Raph and Lindsay
Raph.
Are probably voting me out again,
Oh
right?
yeah, they are definitely voting for
Okay,
you.
yeah. So it's me or Raph. Sounds good, sounds good.
Nah, you're safe. CJ's not that stupid.
Word.
He was throwing a lot out there. He was like, yeah, Raph takes all the credit for everything and like all this stuff that I was like, whatever. And I kind of pretended to be more fazed by it than I was. Cause like I said, I wanted him to think there was a chance. Cause like I trust CJ, but I just don't want Alex like telling CJ I might flip or something like that. Like I just kind of let him think what he wanted to think until I told him no, I'm voting Mark.
Should be 3-2. Like, I know it's gonna be, I'm gonna get at least 2 votes, so it's gonna be 3-2. It's like 3 Mark and then 2 me.
This next vote is gonna be Raph or Mark. I don't know which one it's gonna be. I don't think it's targeting me and Lindsay right now. If I stick with Raph and Lindsay, like no one's targeting me right now. Like no one's like Mark and Alex don't want to come after me. Raph and Lindsay don't want to come after me. Like, but if I flip, then I don't know how Lindsay's gonna react.
Alright, welcome guys. Final 5 Tribal Council. This is Tribal Council 12 overall. So, you've been through a lot, but Final 5, you're in the finale as you guys have kept saying. Congratulations. But for tonight, one of you, it'll be the end. We're so close. So, let's talk a little about last vote, last immunity. So, Mark, you were pretty panicked last tribal. When I talked to you. But then Catherine was voted out unanimously.
I did get one vote.
You did get a vote from Catherine. But was that an act, or were you legitimately that scared?
I mean,
You seem.
I always feel good, and then I get here, and I'm just like,
You were very confident you were going home. I asked you a question, you were like, it's me. That was it. But everyone voted with you, so.
I was just getting weird vibes. I don't know, dude. I was just looking around, and I don't know. It was just very awkward. I just wasn't feeling good, you know? I'm having a tough go.
Alright, CJ, you haven't won a single immunity challenge. You and Mark, but we're talking CJ tonight. So, coming off of, I'd say you and Mark were decent during the pre-merge at challenges. I mean, you're not bottom tier. Do you think you just haven't found your challenge, CJ, or do you think these guys are just better than you? What's going on?
I mean, obviously I'm better than everyone here, so I mean, I guess I just haven't found my challenge.
Alright, Lindsay, so last vote was Catherine unanimous. So what kinds of factors led to Catherine getting voted out?
She's not here, so I can say it. But like,
This is all on film.
well, I know, but she's not gonna see it before she has to vote at the end.
True.
No. She was honestly like very loyal throughout. In terms of like, she for the most part did what she said she was gonna do, at least like for me. But
So it was just.
it was her time.
I would disagree. Yeah, I would disagree. Raph, this is your first tribal without immunity since the Earl vote. Squirrel. Yeah, it's been a while. Does that worry you as we get closer to the final two?
Of course. It's like less people to vote, but like it doesn't mean like the majority isn't a law. Like you don't need to gather like 1 billion people.
Alex, on the other hand, you're immune tonight.
Yes.
Look at that.
It's a rare occurrence for me.
Look at that. How many times have you been immune in this game?
This
One.
is my third.
Third. Look at
Yeah.
you.
You only had one, sorry.
Yeah. Mark's got the one Sapala dub that's in his heart.
Shout out each home.
So, as one of the Sapalas here, we have 3 castings, 2 Sapalas. Do you think Mark is naturally in a tough spot tonight as the one Sapala that's not immune?
Well, I mean, obviously we all voted together for last 2, and then, like, you can say that, but Raph, Lindsay, and CJ have, like, voted together like, every single week except for the one where they flipped, but, like, I don't think that it's going to really change all that much because it's one vote, so, like, other than that, they voted all unanimously, so it's kind of scary, but, like, obviously, like, for Mark, we gotta hope that it's not going to just be, like, Cass and Sapala, that maybe there's going to be something, but who knows.
Alright, I think it's time to vote. Alex, you do have immunity. You feel like giving it around. Alright, Alex is immune tonight. You can't vote for Alex. Anyone else is fair game. Raph, we'll start with you.
It's either you or me, buddy. Nothing personal. Just, yeah.
Sorry, buddy. He's been an awesome person, but you know, just gotta do what I can to win. You're going home, Raphael.
I'll go tally the votes. Alright. If anyone has an immunity idol and would like to play it, now is the time to do so. Alright. I'll read the votes. First vote. Mark. We'll vote Mark. Second vote. Raph. We'll vote Raph. Third vote. Mark. 2 votes Mark. 1 vote Raph. Fourth vote. Raph. Red Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Raph. That's 2 votes Raph, 2 votes Mark, 1 vote left. And the 12th person voted out of Survivor UConn, and the 5th member of our jury, Raph. Sorry, that's enough for tonight.
Good one. I knew that. Where's my ball? There you go. Early free gaming, guys.
Alright, Raph, I'm sorry, but tribe has spoken. Everyone out with the homies.
Alright. I'm walking.
Alright, I'll be there in a sec.
Oh, good.
We got 2 Sapala, 2 Casson, 2 Balto, 2 Togo. No one's been on the same tribe the whole game. So, crazy Final 4 here. We got some crazy stuff coming up. 2 votes left. Challenge tonight. See you guys there.
You voted me out. More like the CJ, but I knew, I expected I was gonna go out within like final 5 or 4. But I was actually saying maybe 4, but I knew it was coming. Why do you think I had like 2 drinks? I was confident, but no, I got to meet like amazing people. Like I was right with taking final 5.
I don't know, I hit him. I literally go, I forget what I said. I think I said, what the fuck did you do? Something like that. I was really upset. Like very angry. Very angry. And then it's like, CJ flipped. So it's us 3 and them 2. CJ flips with them, so that's, and Raph's gone, so now it's me by myself. Yeah.
I was just like smiling the entire time, just like looking at Raph, like we're laughing, making jokes with him, looking at Lindsay, we're laughing. CJ looks like he's gonna shit his pants.
Dude, I was like, I saw CJ and I was like, I'm worried he's just gonna like break down and just vote for me. But dude, I just feel like this could not have played out better for us. Like,
yeah,
Raph played himself, Lindsay played herself,
like Raph literally,
CJ just played himself. Like.
Well, after the vote, Raph came to me and he dapped me up. He was like, "It's all right. Like I understand." Like he seemed like he was okay about it. And, like I didn't expect him to be all like salty and stuff. On the other hand, Lindsay, she gave me a nice smack. But you know, I mean, then she just sat in silence for the rest. So I mean, it was hard to see. I mean, she's like one of my close friends. So I mean. It definitely wasn't easy, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's a game. So I mean, maybe we can do something outside of this.
All right, final 4. Alex, if I could have immunity back. All right, immunity is back up for grabs. For today's challenge, we each have a popsicle stick. Each popsicle stick has 2 lines on it, similar to the first challenge. So one line has an X and one line doesn't. The side that doesn't have an X, that's gonna be where you put your mouth. So you're gonna bite down on it. You can't have your lips past the line. So what you're gonna do is you're each gonna have a pile of dice, and intermittently, I'm gonna say, put a green die on your popsicle stick. And you gotta stack them on top of each other. So it's gonna be slow. It's gonna be like you have 2 on your popsicle stick and wait 2 minutes, 3 minutes or so. So you'll have some time to F up. So you're just gonna keep stacking, and whoever can last the longest wins without dropping it. All right. So we're gonna count down 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This challenge is on. So just one die right now, not dice, die. Yeah, everyone's pretty focused. CJ is a little wobbly, but for the most part, pretty sturdy here. One guy's not too bad. He'll definitely pick up around 3, but just let it sit.
40 seconds more, and then we're gonna go for one more. So about 10 seconds from that, I'll move them in front of you guys. Pretty calm challenge, not much chatting when everyone's got popsicle sticks in their mouths. Alright. Everyone pretty solid. Alright, we're nearing the next round, so I'm gonna move one more die. Alright, so everyone has one more in front of them. You make the transition in a second if you want to pick up your die. So, one more in front of you. Mark loses it. Mark is out of the challenge. Alright, we have 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everyone else can make the transition. Mark, what happened there? CJ's are a little unbalanced. His thigh is a little more off than the other two, but everyone mostly solid, mostly in the zone. CJ, what's she? About 30 minutes. CJ loses it out of nowhere. CJ out of this challenge. Down to Alex and Lindsay at only 2 die. But this challenge is 2 dice. I keep getting the wrong one. This challenge is about focus. I'll get it for you. Alright, we're gonna be moving to the next stage soon. I'm gonna put one more die in front of each of you. One right in front of each of you. Alright. We're going to transition to the next stage. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. Alex loses in that transition. Lindsay wins immunity. Guaranteed spot in the final 3. Alright. Lindsay, here you are. Lindsay's in the final 3. Can't vote for Lindsay. Fortunately for the guys here, it'll be one of you this week. See you at the next tribal. Alright.
Don't look at me like that! The immunity was like beyond a must win. Like I was in a different place. I was just like, it worked, I won. Alex was pissing me off because he's like snapping, trying to distract me. I'm like, stop, what the hell's wrong? Like that's not, that you're gonna distract yourself more than you're gonna distract me. I'm not even thinking about you. Like, that was annoying. And then like Mark bothered me because he itches his nose and drops and he's laughing like he's so cocky, oh someone's gonna beat Lindsay, but like, and then I won and they looked all pissed and I was like, don't look at me like that, like you guys did this to yourselves. So
She was so upset.
She smacked me. I thought she was gonna execute me. Like I thought, like I did better.
He wasn't as bad as you thought.
I thought like I was not gonna be able to compete in the game.
He's like, Lindsay's gonna kill me. Lindsay's gonna kill me. Lindsay's gonna kill me. I don't know why she wanted to go to end the draft so bad. Like that's literally the dumbest thing.
She wasn't
That's why. No, that's gonna be so.
That's why I was like, oh.
Like she's just viciously texting him like right after.
Oh yeah, no.
CJ just got himself voted out because he like completely pissed off Lindsay, like, and then didn't win immunity. Like, Raph played himself by voting out Catherine. Lindsay
Like the
played
sad
herself.
part is that at best, CJ gets a tie break, and that's only if somehow CJ and Lindsay vote together. But like,
That's
she
all.
hates him now.
Yeah, I don't see that happening, you know. It's just, yeah, Especially if at least if we reach out to her, like it's not happening.
Yeah. Like if we assure her that she's like I mean like obviously she has immunity.
Yeah, so like
we
there's
just
nothing
both
for us
need to
to
tell
lie
her
about.
that like we don't want to take each other and we want to take her.
Yeah.
Like that's all we have to do, and then she'll be like, oh, then I'm guaranteed final 3.
Yeah. Kind of like what CJ did.
And like all we have to, like if we say CJ has 0% chance of taking you because he knows he's gonna lose to you, like
yeah,
no shot.
Yeah.
It's like we can actually make the argument because like between us we can just say, oh, it's a crapshoot. We're on the same tribe.
Yeah, it's facts.
Yeah, I don't know if like you caught it on camera, but I gave a nice little like fist pump kind of in the back when she won. Like at first that was kind of just like I was kind of good from both ways because like I was trying to like be like nice to her at first, but like now I'm starting to realize that like it's probably actually better that she won it. Like I wanted me or her to win it going in because I didn't want to vote her out right away because like. It's definitely not as good for my game. Obviously, winning immunity would have been nice for me just to like have a secure spot in the final 3. But like, if I can get by this vote this week, like it's gonna end up being much better for me in the long run because I'm like positioning myself really well right now. If this vote like the next vote goes the way I think it's gonna go, like I'm in a really good spot because I mean I'm at the point where like almost everyone's gonna take me right now that like is left. So I mean. It definitely helped that she won because I don't think I would have been able to do anything if she didn't win because I wouldn't have the numbers to change things. I mean, I could force a tie, but that might be a little risky.
How you doing, CJ?
Good.
Good?
I mean, I'm just kind of sad.
Why?
That Lindsay won.
Yeah, that would make things a lot easier.
That was funny when you were like...
That
dude. Was so funny.
Yeah, she's mad at me about that, whatever.
That was funny.
That's what she told you, at least.
I liked it.
Like, when did Lindsay, like, talk to you?
To me?
Has she talked to you at all?
Like, right after the challenge, she was like, yo, I was like, hey, I was like, sorry, like, I had to do it. She was like, I understand why you had to do it, but, like, I'm obviously not happy about it. And I was like, okay.
And she told you to vote for me, right?
She did.
Yeah.
Because she's busy about this and everything. I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
I didn't take it that seriously.
So, like, she messaged Mark, like, right in the morning.
Yeah.
And she's like, Mark, I gotta talk to you. And, like, all she does is, like, she talks to him about, like obviously Mark, like, told you that he has to vote for me, because, like, he can't tell you anything else. But she's like, I'm voting for CJ no matter what.
Who said that?
Lindsay.
Okay, yeah.
And...
yeah, I have no doubt that she'd do that.
Like, Mark was, like, just laughing at... like, I talked to Mark yesterday, and he was just, like, kind of laughing at you.
I know.
And, like, it's scary, because, like, I really don't want to go to the end with them, because I don't think I can beat them.
I don't think you can either. I don't think I can either, so I mean...
like, it's really fucking scary, and I know, like, Mark is 100% voting for you just because he's never lied to me, and if he does now, like, he knows that he loses my vote. And, like, obviously, like, it's not good.
Yeah, I know, we're gonna have to go to...
like, I think what we have, like,
you can vote me out if you want. I mean,
no,
I
like, we have to vote for Mark. Because if we don't vote for Mark, then, like...
Mark could
like,
win,
we'll
I
just
mean...
lose.
I honestly, all I know is that me and Mark are voting for CJ. I don't know what will end up happening with the other two. I think that CJ, like, trusts me enough that he'll vote for Mark, and he's afraid of losing to Mark. But he also might be afraid of losing to me. So I don't know if, like, he might just go for Mark.
Basically, our plan didn't work to, like, split them up because they, like, talk to each other and they trust each other more than they trust us still. Which, like, I'm not that surprised. But then I was like, so then I was basically just fighting with Lindsay all day long today. We've just been going back and forth, like, Lindsay, please just vote out CJ. Just do it. Just do it. And she refuses to budge.
Yeah, I said from the beginning, no matter what happens, I'm voting Alex. And that was just like, my gut told me Alex. And at this point, it's like, CJ's already flipped on me, so it's not like I really have any obligation to him. So, like, and Mark, basically my mindset is, I can beat CJ and Mark in challenges more easily than I can beat Alex. So Alex is the obvious vote because, again, the next challenge is going to be a must-win. So I told CJ Alex, and I told Mark Alex, and Mark was like, yeah, Alex, and I knew Mark was probably bullshitting me, but like I needed to reassure CJ that Mark would vote Alex, so CJ would vote Alex. And CJ was like, Mark, I think Alex will flip. Mark, I think Alex will flip. And I'm like...
I had a bad feeling that, like, the tiebreaker was going to be me versus CJ, because I kind of left it in a bad spot. So I was like, new idea. So I messaged him, and I was like, listen, I see what our problems are here. I was like, listen, I get it. You don't want Alex in the final three. I was like, fine. But I don't want to lose Alex's vote, because that's like my whole argument is why to vote CJ. It's like, oh, I don't want to lose Alex's vote in this, like the jury for betraying him. So I was like, we should do me and you vote for Alex, and then CJ should vote for me, and have Alex vote with CJ to vote for me. Because I was like, Alex is gonna vote for me. Just like kind of said that because like Alex told CJ he'd vote for me, and CJ believes him.
So at this point, like, Mark is telling me, oh, I have this plan. You tell CJ to vote for me, and I'll tell Alex to vote for CJ, and you and I will vote for Alex. I'm like, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Like, why would I trust you and then tell CJ? That's stupid. That's so stupid. And I texted CJ and I called, and I was like, yeah, this is what Mark said. Mark's full of shit.
I went back to go talk to Lindsay, and she was like, okay, I'm not like voting you out, I'm telling Mark that, but I don't like trust those two, like I don't really know like what they're up to, so I trust Alex like way more. And so Alex told me he wanted Mark out because he didn't want me out, because like Mark would take him, but he's not gonna beat Mark or Lindsay in the end, according to him at least.
So what's up? How you doing?
Alright.
Doing alright, that's good.
Cool.
So I met with Lindsay, and
What
I
did
was
you
like,
say?
she was just like, you know, I think like CJ's my best chance to win. She like really thinks she can beat you in a final two, apparently. So I was like,
Which she can.
I was like,
She can. Don't worry.
like, okay.
She's not lying. She can.
So I was just like, okay then. And then she was like, so, yeah, did she text you and be like, hey, we're voting Alex for her?
She did. That was right after the challenge.
Oh, that's good, yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like, I hope, like, you're with me, because, like, obviously it makes sense for you to, like, try and keep Alex. You've been loyal to him the whole game, he's been loyal to you the whole game, so I mean,
But yeah, I just don't want to see, like, a
makes
tie,
sense.
because then, like,
that's what I don't want. Like,
yeah, even if I were to, like, vote for you, then, like, it's a tie, and then...
Yeah. Mark kind of didn't really give me, like, a solidified answer. He was just kind of like, yeah, like, probably gonna go Alex. And, like, his whole game has been loyalty, so, like, I don't trust him to, like, flip on Alex, because, I mean, if he flips on Alex, then, like, his whole game is just, like, absolutely gone.
As of right now, the way it stands, Lindsay and CJ both just want me to go with them 3-1, vote Alex out, right? And my whole argument is, I'm like, no, I can't betray Alex like that. I won't get his vote on the jury. It'll look bad for me. And I was like, here's the solution. We split votes between me and Alex, because Alex is voting for me. So I was like, so as long as one of you guys votes for me, then we split votes, and I just go to a tiebreaker with Alex. And I was like, if I know it's coming, I'll be fine. Alex will crack under the pressure. I'll just beat him in the tiebreaker. And I was like, that way, it doesn't look bad at Final Tribal when they're like, oh, you betrayed like your only ally in the end game. And then also, I'll like hold on to Alex's vote. And they're like, that sounds like a wonderful idea. And I'm like, oh my god, I think this might work. But then like CJ messaged Alex and was like, Lindsay's not buying it. But basically, if CJ buys in, if he votes for me tonight, then we're chilling, because we got CJ.
I just have to, like, I'm just like talking, like trying to convince him, no, I have to vote for Mark because I lose the game. But I know that if I, like, I can't vote Mark out now. Because if I voted Mark out now, first off, I don't even know if they would do that, so I have to, like, just trust Mark and vote off CJ, like, just to guarantee that I at least am in a tie situation. But if I just, like, voted out Mark now, CJ, like, he might pick me. But I don't know if I can beat CJ at the end because of, like, the way that the votes are panning out. And Lindsay's definitely picking CJ. There's no way she's picking me to go to the end with her, and I basically just have to win it and pick Lindsay to win.
which is very frustrating. If I'm with Mark and Lindsay, then I think it's like a better situation, at least for me.
All right, everyone, welcome to your Final Four Tribal Council. I'd like to introduce the members of the jury tonight. Here we have Raph voted out the last tribal, and right before that we have Catherine, who's enjoying some ice cream. What flavor is it, Catherine?
Chocolate chip cookie dough, and I got the sugar color in it.
Nice. That sounds great.
That's what I have.
All right, Raph and Catherine are going to be viewing their... All right, welcome everyone. Final four. Lindsay has immunity for tonight. Spot in the final three. All right, Lindsay. So you were definitely surprised by the result of the last vote, or sad boy Raph over here got. What were you expecting the vote to be? What went wrong?
I was expecting this guy right here to be sitting over there and Raph to be sitting right here, but that's not the case. I don't know.
I think you know.
What do you mean? I do know.
Right.
Well, I know what
Thanks
happened.
for the exposure.
You can tell I knew what happened when I hit him and said, "What the fuck did you do?" So it's a little self-explanatory, but like I guess after the vote, I was like, "Well, I have to win, or I'm next," and so I won.
You did.
So,
Look at that.
we are.
CJ, why did you vote out Raph? I think it was
That's a complicated question.
a point of contention, but that was definitely the part where like Lindsay and Raph were pretty surprised by that, I'd say. So
I mean, who doesn't love Raph? I mean, like I love the guy. I mean, I would have voted for him if I was on the jury. So I just knew that he would win over all of us almost every time.
Alex.
Yes. I'm not last this time.
No, I thought about it. I'm like, Alex has been last a lot lately. We're not going to do that. Alex, do you think Lindsay winning immunity, was that bad for you? Were you expecting the same three to vote together again?
I'm pretty sure we all expected the same three to vote together, but she saved herself, so good to you. Now we just gotta scramble at this point because our plan is foiled.
I'd say so. Mark, is there any worry or talk of tiebreaker tonight? Because if the vote ties, it's not rocks. It's a tiebreaker challenge between the two of you. Two of Alex, CJ, and Mark. So do you think there is possibility of that, or do you think it's going to be pretty clean cut tonight?
I have a bad feeling it's going to be a tiebreaker. Personally, I just hope I'm not part of it, but it's definitely something that nobody wants, I feel like. So we'll see what happens, but hopefully not me, if anything,
All right, we'll get to the vote. I think that's pretty straightforward. I think we got a good vote coming up. All right, Mark, you're first.
I just can't betray my boy Alex like this, It's just third time's the charm, baby. We're gonna try a third time to get this kid. Hopefully it's not me.
I'll go tally the votes. All right. After the votes are read, the decision is final. Person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote, CJ. One vote, CJ. Second vote, Mark. One vote, CJ. One vote, Mark. Third vote, Alex. That's one vote CJ, one vote Mark, one vote Alex. The 13th person voted out and the 6th member of our jury, CJ. Sorry to say, but that is enough for tonight. Please bring me a big day after you. Sorry, CJ. The tribe has spoken. Catch you over there.
You totally called our plan out.
Oh, I did.
Oh my God.
I did my best to avoid it.
Oh my God.
2-1-1. 36 seasons of Survivor. They haven't got that one done on the show, but you guys got it done. I'm impressed. It'll be a good final mini challenge. It'll be a good final two. I'm really excited. I'll see you guys tomorrow night.
don't know. I mean, Alex played me pretty much. That's all that happened. I mean, whatever. I mean, I had fun playing. I mean, I probably shouldn't have flipped, but I took a risk to win the game. Whatever. I mean, I had a feeling that something was up, but I mean, I didn't have any power, so whatever.
Finally got my biggest rival probably in the whole game. Finally got him out. Third time's the charm. I've been trying to get this kid out the whole game. And so, yeah, it felt great. It couldn't have been better. A 2-1-1, like, it was just awesome just to watch. My initial reaction was just, I was so happy. I can't even describe it. It was awesome. No hard feelings, CJ. Like, you're a good kid, but you were really being a pain in my ass all game. I had to get rid of you eventually, so.
The votes get read. First one, CJ, and it's not my CJ, so I know that CJ is getting 2 votes because Mark didn't double cross me there. That's great. And then the next one gets read, it's Mark, and then Alex, and at that point I just start smiling because I'm so happy because we just pulled off something that's like absolutely crazy. So the last one's me, doesn't matter. CJ gets up, he leaves, and I'm just so happy. And Catherine's just like looking at Raph, she's like, why didn't they vote together? She's so confused. It was like, I was just so happy. It was so much fun.
Like, I thought there was a good chance Mark would vote for Alex. Like, I did. But I was also aware they were trying to split us because I called them out on the same plan earlier on. So, for me, it just didn't really matter who went if it wasn't Alex. It's like Survivor, they know, oh, okay, like all these people know about Survivor, probably have some experience, whereas this is like, you could have anyone. Like, I didn't know how schemy people would be. I didn't know how serious everyone was going to take it. Like, I knew I was going to take it very seriously, so if nobody else like really did, then I had a good chance of getting far. But then once I saw how many people were taking it really seriously, like, we hit the merge, I thought we were screwed because we were just outnumbered. Until Earl flipped, I thought we were completely screwed. So I guess at times I did and at times I didn't think I would make it this far.
And so now, yeah, final 3, we made it. Who would have thought me and Alex would make it this far? But yeah, it's been a hell of a ride.
So before the challenge happened, I just had set in my mind, I have to win, because if I don't win, like, I don't know what's gonna go on. Like, I think Mark's gonna take me. I was sure that Lindsay would not take me no matter what, because she's trying to vote me out, so why would she want to take me if she's trying to vote me out?
And I'm feeling pretty good about the challenge only because my kind of thought process is I don't really see a way where I don't get to the end right now, because if I'm really thinking about it, like, why would Lindsay go so hard at Alex if she didn't think he was the biggest threat, you know what I mean? And so the fact that she's gonna vote Alex there at Final 4, no matter what, she was not negotiating, makes me think that she doesn't want Alex in the end. So if Lindsay wins, I'm thinking she'll probably take me, which I think I just win if she takes me. But obviously she's trying to vote Alex out, so I think I'm in a good spot there. And then I think if Alex doesn't take me, that looks terrible for him, so I think he also kind of has to take me, so.
Alright guys, welcome to your Fallen Comrades. Is that what it's called? Is that the name of it?
Yeah.
We call it the Trail.
I like the Trail of Tears.
Trail of Tears, that's insensitive. Not calling it that. So anyways, we're gonna go by, reflect all your friends, for some of you. But all your comrades have been voted out through the game, and once we're done, we'll get to our final immunity challenge where we'll decide who is gonna cast the last vote and have the first spot in the final tribal council.
Man, Zoe, she was such a player.
Gone too soon.
Yeah, she really destroyed us.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of people were just like, they didn't reach out, and so they just didn't know anyone.
Apparently she talked to Earl though.
I guess she reached out to the wrong person.
She
won a food challenge, I'm pretty
sure.
Yeah.
She did, I remember that.
And I was like, Katie pulling out all the stuff.
Yeah, I couldn't say it.
I mean, we kind of knew she was going to do it, the food challenge didn't matter.
Doug he was a fun guy.
I heard about Doug.
18 days, really. Talking about that.
Grew up on his own shoe. I remember that.
Threw a shoe.
Grew up on his own
Wait, when
shoe.
did that? Oh, but that was bad.
Challenge.
I like Doug. He just, I don't know what he was doing.
I had fun playing with him until he tried to vote me out.
Yeah, gave you your one vote. That was cute.
I think she was kind of like wrong place, wrong time. I don't know. We knew she knew Erica. Zubin was good to keep around to see the threat, so. Fine.
She made it to Balto.
You know, she did her own grave.
Yeah.
Really.
Yep.
You don't tell the people who you're supposed to be voting with that you're supposed to clearly have the numbers with. May the odds be in our favor. Like, if they are in our favor, unless you're gonna pull something, so.
Yeah, she probably should have talked to me if she wanted to do something, but clearly that didn't happen.
Oh, man.
No, Daddy.
Oh, that's Eric's vote, I think.
Yeah.
Zubin's a classic.
Zubin was good for the game. Day 33, I mean, he was literally in it for a month. Like, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry I never made it to game night.
He called me before the vote when he went out, and I was just like, I gave him a little bit of, he was like, he needed some hope. I was like, maybe try and get Earl on your side. Like, everyone kind of knew he was Gonzo, so.
Oh, this
vote.
is so sad. Day 41.
She was in alliance with
She
us.
deserved better.
Day 1.
MMA, RIP,
Yeah.
Day 41.
It was a good move. You gotta respect it.
Yeah.
I mean,
It worked out for us.
But it's just so sad. I think back to it, we were like 50-50 on like CJ or Earl. And we picked CJ and it ruined everything. Because then Earl like got to hang around and do his own thing.
Different game.
Would have been a different game, you know?
Yeah.
You hate to see it. Alright. Listen to it, Eric Daddy. I don't know who wrote that.
That was Catherine. She wanted to do it to avenge Zubin. Sure, Eric Daddy.
I mean, he made it to the marriage.
He's on the jury.
He is on the jury. He's the homie.
Got that going for him.
Yeah.
If he hadn't like flipped to your side, we probably would have never gotten rid of him. Squirrel. It's gonna be the squirrel vote. Yeah.
It's Squirrel.
I had an alliance with him.
I don't know what there is to say. I don't know what to say. Like, I love the guy. I still like Earl, but like, the game was too hard on him.
It was really hard to vote.
It was hard to vote about too, but like, I was gonna get voted out, so it was fine.
Yeah, I do the same.
And then Earl flips, that kind of ruined her whole thing. And like, at that point too, like we were kind of like at Cass's hands, and we like we got there.
It was really funny when Raph was like, "Wait, you're Erica? Nice to meet you." I had to
Yeah,
try
the
to
tricycle.
smug
I
she
mean,
was in this game.
yeah, she does look kind of smart. But like, didn't love her in the game, but I like her a lot outside of the game. She's a very entertaining person.
Yeah.
I would
I
say
had a
like,
good time watching her play.
conversations with her were when we weren't talking about game, probably like well, it was probably one of the most genuine conversations I had. So like I'll give her that. It's just like in terms of game, got to a point where it didn't make sense to keep her for what we wanted to do.
Oh, I just want to reiterate, I never lied to her. Not once. Never. And that's all I want to say. Never lied.
Ooh, bye, Raph. I mean, there's not much to say. Like, he was probably the biggest threat in the game for most of the game. Like,
Yeah, we had to vote him out.
He's pretty awesome.
Like, I understand why
He
you
just
didn't
had to
want
go.
No, I understand why you did it, but like I wasn't gonna do it.
Right.
I don't know. I was too like.
I mean, it's
it would
also
have made your
his
Dartmouth trip really awkward.
Well, that's not why though.
I'm just saying.
It would have.
That was. We made history for this one.
He really trusted me too.
Here's the deal.
He
Like
really didn't trust me because I was just like
He-
super sketch.
He was like a sleeper.
he was a sleeper. Most of his moves were things that we told him to do.
Yeah.
So
He was like so ready to vote at Raph though. Like we talked about it at like final 8.
that's what Mark told me.
Yeah, like finally round 7, we just saw about it.
Oh my God, we stood next to each
Yeah,
other.
man. Mark has his arms around us.
Oh my god.
That's so funny.
That's funny.
We stood right in the middle. It's like we knew.
That's really funny. That's really funny.
That's good.
That's hilarious.
I like how Katie and Zoe
And
are just in the
look.
front.
CJ and Raph.
Yeah, it's CJ and Raph. Who's that, Doug next
Look
to
at
him?
how like Zubin's pose.
Catherine's just by herself.
Yeah, Catherine's kind of
Earl's just like in the back, like hiding.
I can't believe that.
I didn't even see
That's
that.
so funny.
Oh, he did say it?
No, Alex just said he's like, we're going
No,
to
that's
the
why I
Husky.
said it there. I was like, I think I know where we're going.
I was debating if we were gonna go here or the leaning tower thing.
Well, here's the question. Are there going to be cinder blocks or not?
Oh yeah, don't they like stand on cinder blocks?
The difference with that, though, is like they all ended up making deals. Like, I don't see that. Well, like, they were like, like, if you drop, you have a better chance, blah, blah, blah.
It's like, he knew they couldn't win if he picked either of them.
Yeah.
He needed.
Doug knew a lot about the game and like didn't seem like Doug. He was one of them.
I knew it.
Yeah, he was.
He was trying to screw with us.
But like
He's just trying to throw us off.
Alright.
Spin and grin.
Final immunity up for grabs for the last time. For tonight's challenge, we have a standard Survivor Classic. We're gonna have 1 foot, 1 hand on the Husky statue. This challenge is called Hands on a Hard Husky. Very clever. But what we're gonna do is you're gonna have 1 foot. 1 foot's gotta be on the cement here. 1 foot's gotta be on the rock. 1 hand's gotta be on the Husky. So you're like this. So you got a bit of an angle going.
There's space for the 3 of you back there.
Yeah. So you're not going to be able to adjust. You have to choose which foot goes where, and only 1 hand can go here. You're not going to be allowed to like switch hands, none of that. And yeah, it's going to be here outlast. I'm here to wait a while. If you go an insane amount, I might like up the difficulty. Don't plan on it anytime soon. This is your final media challenge. This is your 1 shot.
It's like there's no way you'll make us stay past 8 a.m. if we have customers.
You didn't wear
They're
gloves?
probably not going to fit you because they barely fit me. They're my roommates.
Do you want a hand? I'll take a hand.
Yeah.
I have 2 gloves.
Good thing.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, and a 1.
Mark, I swear to God, if you fucked up
on.
anything, and that's why we
Hour
lost.
1.
He said,
And the lights went on.
Hey, that was 2 good times.
Want to sing Christmas carols?
Guys, Survivor's always scripted.
You can sing Christmas carols now. You're gonna enjoy it now.
I still can't believe that we were next to each other and like Mark had his arms around both of us.
That picture's so
That's
cute.
really
I was so happy that happened.
I stood in the middle because I knew it was going
I already know what I would do.
Yeah, you're gonna take Mark, you know. Are you taking me?
No, actually. Because I have the best chance of beating Alex.
Why
I
is
think.
that? I thought you just
because
hated
you
me.
have more friends.
What?
But the thing is, I don't know if I have Catherine's vote if I don't take mine, so we'll see. I think I'd have Catherine over you too.
You have Earl over me though.
That's part of it.
Earl might vote for Mark, but she's not gonna vote for me.
And I think I have a better chance. I know that you're not as good of friends with Eric as you say you are, as people
Oh yeah,
think
he
you are.
has Eric's vote
But
no matter
like,
what.
I still think he has Eric's.
Motherfucker.
I
It's
still
true.
think
You know
you
that.
have Eric's vote.
What are you doing right now?
And Eric doesn't know you, so and I played on it with him at the beginning, so like, I don't know. I'd have to think about it because there's good arguments for both of you. The time.
Welcome back. It's only been 6 hours so far.
We're over an hour in. We're about hour 15.
It's 3 a.m.
Is that rain?
Ooh, that'd be
Look
interesting.
at the light. Look at the light. Look at the light.
Yeah.
Oh, it's raining. Ooh, baby. Are you guys excited for rain?
Oh yeah.
My jacket's semi-waterproof.
Yeah, this is a
My
winter
jacket's just
jacket.
I hope it pours. Honestly, that'd be hilarious.
If I take you,
No, you think you'll win?
oh, if I don't think she's taking me.
I have no
So
idea
I
how
don't
long.
know if you
Dude,
think
I
you
don't think
can
she's
beat her.
taking me though. That's the problem.
What's this stance?
Go for it.
If I tell you honestly, wait.
I swear to God.
If I tell you honestly who I'm taking, No bullshit.
Oh my god, so hard to get back.
And it's that person and I left on. Well, they left.
I mean,
But
like,
she basically just
the
told us it was
theoretical,
Alex, so
Lindsay,
that's it.
is if it's you and me, I still want to be the one to win. So.
But yeah, but I don't think you'd take me. Is my.
Exactly.
concern.
So I'm saying that we're still gonna be.
But
up here for
either
a long
way,
time.
you'd be in it.
Yeah.
Is my thing.
Mark. Then why didn't you just vote for Mark?
Because I wanted
You
you
knew
out.
CJ
because-
was voting for him.
I know,
Because
but
she's stubborn. We've been over this.
Oh yeah. That's
what
why
hurt
we
her.
knew that you weren't gonna flip.
That's why, yeah, that's
Because
what
every
hurt her
single
in the
vote,
end.
you're like, oh great, I'm going one way, and I'm not gonna change it, and that's what happened every time.
Every
Not every
unless
time.
Raph,
Earl.
unless Raph like was.
I don't. But it wasn't because Raph told me. To.
I know,
It was
but-
because
but
I
you
knew
were
we
doing
had
it
the
with
numbers.
Raph.
We could
yeah.
make it look like it's because Raph told you.
But it's because we had the numbers, and I'm the reason Raph even knew Earl was a liar before you guys told
Is Raph
him.
gonna admit that?
Yeah, I'm the one who said.
Well, he's gonna admit it when he's on the jersey.
I'm the one who called
He wants
bullshit.
her to win.
And was like Earl's. Yeah, I was like Earl's lying to us. He said he looked in front of the bench and he.
To vote him out. Like, still.
All right,
like, I
we're-
know that it's a bad idea.
We
but I had to
are
vote him out.
an hour and a half in. Hour and a half. It is 9:05.
So I didn't vote him out. You were
jury.
definitely.
So you're taking Alex? What did I do? I didn't win any challenges. I didn't backstab anyone.
That's why people.
I would make it all the way to the end without a
Got
single
7
vote
votes.
against me.
I got 7 votes. You got 0.
And you guys all voted that I was most likely to make it to the end in the touchy subjects,
You know
which would
what?
imply that I'm a threat. Well, that was the most common one, and I still haven't gotten
I was
a
second
single
place,
vote.
But I was also first place for next to get voted out. Like literally, that's like the first thing I remember saying about Survivor is like the challenge ends. I look at Ethan, I look at the camera, I just go, Alex is gone.
And then like the day later.
A day
I'm in
later,
an alliance with Alex.
a day later, Mackenzie's like, I'm in an alliance with Alex. You should join. I was like, god damn it.
Why?
You can trust me.
Oh yeah.
Have I ever betrayed you?
You haven't betrayed me, but you've never been truthful.
When was I not truthful? I asked you to split and you split.
Yeah, but
He did tell you that. Like he literally told you what was like. He
I knew what you were trying to do.
But then why'd you go through? If you knew,
Because
why
it
would you
doesn't
go
matter.
through
It doesn't
Because
matter.
it doesn't
CJ would have
matter.
taken you at the end.
It does
No, he
matter
wouldn't
because you
have.
knew where
He
CJ was voting and you knew he wasn't gonna flip. So if you voted for Mark, then it would have been a tie between Mark and him.
Yeah, but I knew there was a chance that Mark
That
might
what?
go for you. I thought there was possibly a chance. I would rather take a risk than just vote for Mark when I knew CJ was going anyways.
That's fair.
Like
But
it doesn't, you know.
If you did
like,
vote for Mark,
it would have been a
CJ wasn't
tie.
guaranteed. You don't know that CJ's gonna lose
I
to Mark.
don't
I
know.
almost just fell. That would have been so tragic. I was like trying to stretch and I was just like, ugh. I was like falling backwards. Welcome back.
We are 2 hours into
we
this
really?
challenge.
Yay!
2 hours.
Baby, 2 hours.
The last time you gave us was an hour 15. We've just been like.
I gave you hour 30.
35. You
Gave
gave
us
us
hour
that.
35,
You
yeah.
did give us that.
It's really going by slow.
What time is it? So like 9:30.
It feels like 8 hours.
It is 9:35.
Guys, please. I have work tomorrow.
I have class all day.
I
have
don't
5.
care.
I have 5 classes tomorrow.
I don't care. I have work to do. You need to drop.
I'm
Game
gonna take
theory
it.
this.
So I
Game
don't
theory
win
this
against
for me.
him?
Why
I
would
don't
he
think
take
you win
me?
against
Why?
Mark. Because Mark will have Eric.
I
Mark
do
will
have Eric.
probably-
We're not best friends, but we're good enough friends to
The
get
only
Eric.
vote I know you would have is CJ.
Really?
Because CJ doesn't like you.
CJ loves me.
I get fuck. CJ hates you.
CJ's trying to chill after the game. He'll vote for me. Everyone's voting for me. That's what I think.
If it were you
That's a great
and Mark,
case
I don't
I
know if
think
would.
to
everyone
take
will
Mark
vote
to
for
the
me.
end.
I
Everyone
think
is voting
everyone
for
will
Mark.
vote for me.
Everyone.
I have so many friends. Catherine, Raph, CJ,
You're
me,
so friendly.
Eric. Who else? Alex. Lindsay.
I can't.
This is some Ethan. We're gonna get some Ethan footage. We don't always get
What's up?
straight Ethan footage.
I really appreciate this
Ethan's our
opportunity.
cameraman. You probably often hear him in the background, anyways.
Yeah, that's me. I'm kind of an ass.
But Ethan's saying hi to everyone.
Yeah.
Let's do rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Whoever wins has to drop.
Honestly, I was thinking.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot tournament.
Yeah, if you dropped, I was thinking, well, maybe me and Mark just rock paper scissors.
We do a
for it.
round robin. Whoever's the best record wins. If there's a tie, like 2 people are 2-1, then you just rock, paper, scissors each other for the winner.
Taking who? And I'm like, why would I tell? Like,
No, you basically told me you're taking Alex.
I don't think she's taking me.
I haven't confirmed or denied anything.
I am. I just
You
want to guarantee
sick
that I'm
fuck.
going.
How many tribals were we together? How many tribals? How many? How many did we vote? Did we ever not vote for the same person?
No.
Breaking my heart, Alex. Breaking my heart. You and Lindsay are breaking my heart. Thought I was gonna be Richard Thatch.
It's Richard Hatch.
Yeah, okay, dude. We'll flip stones over it. I wasn't gonna win this challenge. I knew that. Gave it my heart. I tried. Wasn't sure how long I'd last, but yeah. I think when I hit 3 hours, I'm done. I think
Mark
that's gonna be it.
calling it at the 3 hour mark. It's
I'm gonna be
it.
good for a nap after that. So if you guys can make the 3 hours, I mean, good luck.
All right, we're at 2.5 hours.
Oh, you
2.5 hours.
Are you fucking kidding me?
You were hoping that he was going to say 3 days.
Yeah, I really was. I really was. This pains me.
Mark, where are you feeling it?
Everywhere.
Everywhere?
I rolled my ankle doing this. That doesn't feel good. This is just all my weight now because that one hurts. And my wrist is fucked.
Why do you want to do 3 hours so bad if you know you're gonna drop?
It's not drop, okay? It's just like how I told you that I was gonna vote out.
Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Hey, oh,
I'm debating, dude. I'm still debating. Do I just drop? She basically said she's taken to him. Do I just root for him? I could say I played well. I made it to top 3. I made it to top 3. I played well. I had a good time. You know, I don't win $75, but like, that's fine in the grand scheme of things.
Your call.
I just wanted to be able to say I won, you know? I don't want to give up on my dreams.
How long has this been your dream, Mark?
Not very long.
We're both good.
All right, we are at the 3 hour mark. 3 hours. Mark had big claim. He's gonna drop at 3 hours.
Doing it?
I don't know if he's doing it.
I can do another hour. I can do another hour.
What are y'all doing?
Special guest appearance,
What's up,
Mark's
dude?
roommate.
What's up?
Hi, I'm Gagan.
Gagan, how's it feel to be in Survivor?
Dude, from Survivor.
Yeah, what tribe are you on?
I'm on the green tribe because of my bandana.
Say Sapala.
That's my boy Mark. I hope he wins it. No
That's
offense
my
to my
boy.
friends right there.
That's my boy.
I hope you guys win it too, but different seasons.
What? So you're from Minnesota. Only thing I know about is cold. Break it down. How does it compare to living in LA? That's it. What an enormous coincidence that shit would be. Do you see what I mean? I'm driving at the speed of light. I wanna.
All right, we are at 4 hours. 4 hours in. All right, big stuff. I am freezing. I'm assuming they're warmer than me. They keep claiming it, but I don't know. You guys warm?
I have the warmth of the entire former Sapala tribe as soon as Mark drops.
All right, we're past 4 hours here. We're somewhere between 4 and 4.5. Mark, is he done?
You guys did great. Good luck.
Mark.
Nice job, Mark.
Mark is out of this challenge. No chance at immunity. We'll even give him...
Respect.
Mark, what's
Good
the worst
job.
part?
What's the worst part
Yeah.
of what?
Getting off, does it hurt?
No, like, what was the worst part of the challenge for you?
Mark,
so good.
Mark dropped at 4 hours and 12 minutes.
Hey, you beat that loser.
Hey, yeah, you beat, yeah.
That's good.
Don't disrespect Terry. He won.
Yo, I'll fuck Terry. He's going down.
Yeah, that was. I can hardly stand right now, but I'm just gonna go sit.
Just gonna sit for a bit. He's hobbling.
Purely
The thing that I'm worried about is that if you fuck me,
I swear to God I won't. I swear to God I won't.
I can't drop.
I swear. I will.
Cause like honestly, like,
out front of yourself. No. Yeah, I will take you. I swear.
So, like, I'm gonna push it, so like I'm not gonna move anytime soon.
Okay. I'm not even confident I could beat you. I just think I'd be better. Like, it would be closer.
Yeah.
I think we both lose hands down to Mark. I'd probably go for Mark between the two of you.
You know, I would take my top off for some peanut butter right now.
Thank you. Sorry, my hand's sweaty.
Be the other hand.
All right, that's enough warmth for you.
Yeah, this hand's
All right, Mark exiting.
These hands are definitely warm.
Yeah, we're at 4.5 hours.
This is, so my grandmother passed away like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
And she was like super, like she loved elephants. On top of her desk was elephants. For my birthday and for like me going to college, my best friend got me this.
Yeah.
I will give you this until the next tribal. So if I don't pick you...
I really wish I could ask for your sleep pump.
If I don't pick you...
That's just unethical.
If I don't pick you, that's yours.
Okay.
My best friend bought for
I wish
me.
you could ask for your phone.
I mean, I can give you my headphones. They're like $200.
I'll take them.
Headphones and elephant?
Yeah.
All right. You better give them back, because I'm picking you.
Oh, yeah, if you pick me, I'm giving them right back to you.
Oh, very tangled. I don't know how this is going to work. You don't have to give them back to me in front of Mark.
I won't. But if you
Well,
don't
it doesn't matter for my game
if you don't
you
pick
do.
me, I'm just straight up not giving them back to you.
No, I'm going to pick you. Otherwise, I wouldn't be giving you the elephant and $200 headphones.
I know. Like, I'm straight up just keeping the headphones.
Oh, if I don't take you.
Yeah, I want a
No.
pair of Bluetooth headphones
Yeah.
anyway, so.
I will take you. But
Like, I don't even think I'm gonna sleep tonight.
I gave you this shit, like
But like there's always that worry. So
There's
like,
no, there's
like even before like the votes and shit, like Catherine's vote, like I was really like nervous about. I just had a sinking feeling. Like obviously it was unanimous.
the RAF vote, like 12 minutes before the votes, I checked and it was 12 minutes. I was showing Mark the other day. RAF had voted, Mark had voted, and I texted my boyfriend. I was like, I have a bad feeling. I don't know what it is. He was like, do you think you're going home? And I was like, no, I just have a really, really bad feeling. That was...
Alex just loses it. Loses it right there. Alright, Alex's final time at 4:59.
So bad.
Alright, I can't really put it at this angle because I don't have another camera in, but congratulations, Lindsay.
Hold up.
Final immunity is yours. Lindsay with a guaranteed spot in the final two and the final tribal council, and with the sole vote to evict, the sole vote to vote out at this round's tribal council. We'll see you guys there tomorrow night. Good challenge.
It feels pretty cool. Honestly, the coolest part was being the only one to vote and like not having to worry about what anyone else was doing, writing down a name, knowing that was it. Like that was pretty cool. My gut kind of always told me Mark needed to go. I never wanted Alex to get this far, but Mark was very friendly. He had a lot of friends. Like, I don't know what the deal with Eric is, because everyone's like, he knows people, he doesn't, they don't know each other, they barely know each other. I don't know. But I know that regardless, Eric's gonna vote for Mark over me.
The challenge itself wasn't too bad. Like, my hand hurt a lot. It still hurts. But, like, I could have stayed there as long as I possibly needed to. The only reason that I fell is because, like, my hand slipped. I didn't even want to throw it. Like, I made the deal with Lindsay that if I threw it, she would take me. But once I got her headphones, I knew she'd have to take me anyways. So I wasn't going to throw it at that point.
So, yeah, I came in last in the endurance challenge, which really sucked. I mean, I lasted like more than 4 hours. I mean, it was tough. It was cold. Lindsay let me borrow her gloves, so that was nice of her. But yeah, I was just in a lot of pain. Like the lunge was kind of awkward. And, yeah. Things didn't really go as planned either. Lindsay was pretty early on talking to Alex, like, hey Alex, like Mark's seems like he's probably gonna lose, like we should probably make a deal for Final 2, which is, I didn't really see that coming when I got there. If anything, I was kind of hoping she would offer me one. So that really sucks, just because now she's won the challenge. Alex didn't take the deal when I was there, so like I feel a little bit better about it because he wouldn't take the deal. But I mean, not long after I left, Alex dropped off, I guess. So I guess I don't really know what happened, but I don't think Alex would have taken a deal. I think he was trying to win.
Yeah, it's like my whole thought.
Alright guys. Good. Alright guys, welcome to your final. It's all good. Alright guys, welcome to your final tribal council. Well, your pre-final tribal council, final tribal council. I'd like to introduce the members of our jury tonight. We have Eric, we have Catherine on FaceTime, we have Raph, and we have CJ. Big audience tonight, big audience. Alright, so we got a clean vote tonight, just one vote. It's gonna be coming from Lindsay, who lasted the longest in the challenge. So, last challenge, it was a tough one. It was definitely the most brutal of the season, as it's supposed to be. So, Mark was the first to step off at 4 hours and 12 minutes. Mark, what'd you think of that challenge?
Not my favorite challenge, you know. Yeah, I was just like pretty sore and cold at that point, and you know we were getting close to midnight, and I was just like, I gotta go to class at 8. Like it's not worth it, you know. I was just like, I like reached my end. I was like, it's not worth it. It just sucks I waited that long to like go off first.
You should have just done like 2 minutes and like got it over with.
I mean, I feel like if I had dropped in like 2 minutes, they would have like only lasted like an hour because like without me, there was no singing, there was no talking, there was no entertainment, you know. I feel like I was really good at like just keeping everyone up, you know, keeping things light.
So they needed to hear all 11 minutes of pillow talk to get you through the night.
That wasn't their favorite part.
How many times did we hear Jingle Bells? 3?
Well, I also sang that.
I know.
It's a good song.
It's a lot of Jingle Bells.
It makes time go by, you know.
All right, Alex, you lasted so it was like 4:58, 4:59. You like just missed the 5 hour mark. It was kind of sad.
Yeah.
What happened there?
So like my hand is like cramping, so I was trying to stretch it out, and like I don't know why, but for some reason like I lifted it off the Husky, so then I realized I'm like, oh, like it wasn't even like I don't know, it was so weird.
So Lindsay, did you think this immunity was essential for you to be in the final 2? Do you think those two would have taken each other?
I mean, yeah, it was as essential as the last one. I went into both of them like, it's win or go, like, it do or die both times. So like, I wasn't planning on losing. I would have stayed there all night. Like, it was just like,
So, big trial night. Lindsay holds all the power. Lindsay, what's coming? What's going to your mind in this vote? What's important to you about who you take to the end?
I mean, I've said from the beginning I want it to be like 2 people who I think deserve to be there, but I feel like all 3 of us kind of do, so that's obviously like not the biggest factor anymore. So at this point it's like, I didn't really play with either of them personally throughout the game, so it's purely game at this point. Like what I think gives me a good chance, what, you know, who I want to go against in the end, not just from a game standpoint.
Alex and Mark, it's one of you two tonight.
Oh shit.
In case you didn't know. Alex, why should Lindsay take you the end over Mark?
Because Mark slaughters her at the end, and like everyone knows it. Because he's got like 3 years. Because if I'm in the jury, I'm rallying for Mark like so hard. He has David's vote because they're best friends. Everyone knows that. He probably has Erica's vote. We don't know what Erica's been doing, but she didn't work with Lindsay at all, so it'd be kind of weird if she voted for her. And then CJ probably voted for him because like he wanted to vote him out. So obviously he thought Mark was a threat. CJ, you're not allowed to say anything. Shut up.
You did. That was aggressive. CJ gave a wave. Mark, why should Lindsay take you over Alex?
I just think overall, like Alex has played a really great game, and like
You know, a lot of the plays that I've made, Alex has made, so like a lot of our plays are going to be the same, a lot of our arguments are the same, like pulling off a 2-on-1, that's both guys, you know, can't really get rid of that. But then like there's things that like I kind of messed up, like trying to get Catherine to flip, I really messed that up. Like,
dude, I tried to get Raph to flip on that.
I mean, you got Raph to flip on early, you know what I mean? Like Alex saved me a few times, like I'm definitely going to be pulling for him, like I feel like he played the better game, just overall. Like he wasn't a part of the whole like Mackenzie getting out, like maybe if he was there we wouldn't have made the same play because he knew about Earl's idol, stuff like that. Like he was definitely really good at the social game, and I think it just kind of was underappreciated how well Alex was at, you know, just manipulating people to do what he wants, like manipulating the votes every week. So I think Alex really deserves to win out of all of us.
All right, I think that's it. Any last words before we get to the vote? All right, we have one vote to make tonight. Lindsay, you'll go up and cast the final vote and decide who's going to be the 7th and final juror of this game. It's time to vote. Lindsay, you're up. I'll go tally the vote. All right. Once the vote is read, decision is final. Person vote out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the vote. The 14th person voted out Survivor UConn. You're the Husky. And the 7th and final member of our jury, Mark. Sorry to say, that's enough. Please bring me a bandana. Thank you, Mark, but the tribe has spoken. See you over there. It's been a long, tough season for you guys. We voted out 14 other people in this game. We're down to one Caston, Sapala. Alex's favorite part of the season is mentioning Caston Sapala. Friday night, the power in the game goes over the jury. It takes 4 votes to win, and one of you will become UConn's first sole survivor. See you guys then.
I mean, I think I could have beaten both of them, so like I think Lindsay made the right decision. Just kind of tight she didn't pick me, you know. But gave it my all. It was fun. It was a fun season. Had a good time beating everybody, you know. Had some fun with the challenges and stuff. And yeah, it was fun. It was worth it, I'd say. Just, you know, sucks to come in third, you know.
Who do you think I'm voting for?
Lindsay. I'm voting Lindsay. I'm not voting for Alex. But yeah, that's just my personal dilemma, I guess. But I figure Lindsay's winning just because if I'm not voting for Alex, I can get DeWitt not to vote for Alex, and I can probably get even Catherine. Like, it's not going to be pretty. I think Lindsay just won.
For anyone who's not keeping track, I haven't gotten any votes against me, and here I am. I wish I was saying team big moves to the end, but I guess not. CJ, but it was me, CJ, and Raph, team big moves, because we really finessed our way out of a lot of situations we shouldn't have gotten through. So I wish it could have been us 3 in the end. I wish I was talking about how it's me against Raph and I don't have anything bad to say, but at least now, I guess the only positive, like I could never sit next to Raph and be like, this is why I should beat him, I'm better than him, but I can do that with Alex, so that's I guess one thing. But this has been fun, this has been cool. I like when I was a kid, always watched Survivor and with my mom and my grandmother, and I was like, oh, like I want to do that someday. My mom was like, I could never do that with the bugs. I'm like, nah, I could do it, but here we are. No bugs, well there's bugs here, but we don't have to live with them, so it's been fun.
Oh, I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna own up to everything. Like, I have nothing to hide at this point. And like I think that I've played by far the best game out of anyone here. So like if I don't beat them, they're just bitter asses. I deserve to win. They all suck. And really, because like none of them got here except for Lindsay. And the only reason that Lindsay's even here is because she won immunity 2 times. She was screwed either way. And like if you have to win immunity 2 times right at the end to get to the end, you're not really playing the game of Survivor very well. Like she totally screwed herself at the end. She shot herself in the foot and she deserves to lose. And like I want to beat her so bad. So I'm going to go in there, I'm going to own up to everything. If Mark is bitter, I'm going to sing a song to him. I'll make him feel better about himself, and he'll vote for me anyways. Because that's what I do. Even when I'm down, I come back every time. There's nothing that people can do to stop me. When it's not looking like it's going my way, I make it go my way. That's how I got through this entire game. People said a 2-1-1 vote was impossible. Well, I made the impossible possible. And sure, it's because Lindsay screwed herself, but that's why she's going to lose the game, because I'm going to mop the floor with her. Any argument that she brings up for what she did, I'll bring an argument of what I did 10 times better than that. She's going to lose no matter what.
All right, guys, welcome to your final tribal council. It is day 77. It's been a while. Why don't you give yourselves all a round of applause and give Alex and Lindsay a round of applause. Day 77, final tribal. That was very enthusiastic. No, come on, Captain. I know you got better. All right, so today we have the last 2 players in the game, Alex and Lindsay. One of them will become UConn's first sole survivor tonight, but to do that, they have to earn at least 4 of your guys' jury votes. We have 7 members of the jury tonight. Firstly, we have Eric, voted out 9th, first member of the jury. Then we have Earl, voted out 8th. Erica, Catherine, Raph, CJ, and Mark voted out at the last tribal council. And we also got 2 members of the pre-jury here to type everyone up. Representing.
That got some
The 2 greatest sports in the game right there.
But anyways, we got a lot to get through tonight. But to start, Alex and Lindsay, we're going to go through your guys' opening statements. So I'm going to flip a coin if I have a coin. And you each will have 5 minutes. You probably won't need the whole time, but 5 minutes. And say whatever you want about your game. Whoever goes first for this segment will go second in closing statements. And you'll just have a minute for closing statements. So after opening statements, we'll go through each juror. We're going to start with Earl, because I believe Earl has to go. And then we're going to go Eric through the order people were voted out. So we'll end with Mark.
Okay, so, hi Raph, nice to see you. Okay, I came into the game wanting to play with a lot of loyalty, so I had my core lines at the very beginning, Raph and CJ, pretty much everyone knows that now. I stuck with that until the point where CJ flipped. And then I didn't really have a choice, but I won the 3 most important immunity challenges, the first one coming into the merge. After CJ flipped, I was by myself, turned around, won that immunity, and then I won the final one to be sitting here today, because everyone knows if I hadn't won this, I wouldn't be here. In terms of game moves, every single vote, we were either in a position of power or we figured something out to get it to go our way up until the vote where Raph went home. So the Issa vote, Catherine and Zubin had approached us, and then we had 2 sides approaching us. We got to decide what we wanted to do, what would be better for our game. Going on from that, the Megan vote. Our initial plan was to split and vote out Alex. We told everyone that we were splitting and voting out Erica. In reality, we were voting out Alex because I had Alex as a clue, as my target, so that would have given us a clue. Raph had Megan. Megan started doing some funny business. She was supposed to vote for Alex. She was like, no, we should go for Raph. As soon as she said that to me, I was like, I don't trust her, we can't do this. We got people to flip, we voted Megan out, and we were right about her because she voted for Erica when she was supposed to vote for Alex. So Erica would have had gone home, we wanted Alex to go home if I hadn't called that and said we need to vote Megan out. Next vote, we won, we had to win, but we knew we needed an idol. The plan for CJ to take that idol, play it, and vote out Mackenzie was me. I'm the one who said, we get this idol, we give it to CJ, he gets to vote out whoever he wants. So the 3 of us went looking for the idol. I'm the one who said, bet you it's in that tree. CJ looked and it was in the tree. I'm the one who said we vote Mackenzie because to me, Mackenzie was the one who was pulling all the strings. Raph at first had said Mark, then went back and forth with Mackenzie. CJ wanted Mark, I said no, Mackenzie. And Mark has said to me since then, if we hadn't gotten rid of Mackenzie, then we likely would have just been picked off once we got to the merge. Once we get to the merge, Earl flips and votes to get rid of Eric. Had we not worked with Earl and figured that out, it would have probably been a similar situation as if Mackenzie had stayed. The four of us would have been picked off. We somehow got out of that one. After the Catherine vote was that tribal, that immunity challenge, we had a contest where we had to say every single person that's been voted out in the game, who was left and how many votes everyone got. I got that part of the challenge right on the first try. Obviously, I have to know what's going on, who's doing what at all times in order to be able to get all of that right on the first try. That vote is when CJ flips. So now I'm by myself. I turned around and I won the next 2 challenges to get myself here. So hopefully you can see why I've been fighting the entire game, staying loyal to my original 3 people for as long as they allowed me to, and yeah.
Alright, Alex, you're up in a sec. Hello everybody, I love you all, and that's because I voted with every single one of you at least one time. The only person in the game that I played with that I hadn't voted for at least one time was Zoe, and that's because we voted her out first, so there really wasn't any opportunity for me to do that. I'm just going to tell all the truth here. I don't really have any reason to lie at this point. I know I lied to everyone like 5,000 times in the game, but it's the game of Survivor, so that's what you have to do. In the beginning of the game, I made an alliance with Mark and Mackenzie, and I also made an alliance with Pearl. So I had 2 alliances, and we basically controlled the entire pre-merge. And along with Erica, we were able to control every single vote. And we had basically control over everything, and even though that there were people on the bottom, they didn't even realize that they were on the bottom because we made them feel comfortable. Doug had no idea that he was going home. On day 2, Earl told me that he would give me the clue for the idol if I voted out the person that he had for his clue. So I re-voted out Zoe because I didn't want my alliance to know that I knew where the idol was, but I wanted to know where the idol was, and Earl would be able to provide me with that. And then he gave me the clue that Zoe provided him by getting voted out on whatever day that was, and I found the idol pretty early on. And using that, I gave it back to Earl to foster a relationship with him and make sure that he knew that I trusted him. And we hid an idol for Doug to find. It was a fake idol, and he found it. He didn't end up playing it, but you have to play the game. And I had to get Doug off my ass because he was really trying to get me out. And CJ knows about this, but Earl was trying to get Doug to not talk. Doug was trying to get Earl not to talk to me and CJ because he was threatened by that. So that's why we voted out Doug at that point. Once you go to the swap, I was in a disadvantage. It seemed like I was probably going to be going out, and as Lindsay said, if their plan went the way that it was supposed to go, I would have been voted out. But even if they had voted the same way, I still wouldn't have gone home because Megan still voted for Erica instead of voting for me. So if their split went the same way, I still would have been here even if they didn't vote out Megan. And then voting out Megan gave us an opportunity for the future. Now, what did end up happening at the merge is, yes, Earl flipped on us, but because I knew that he had an idol, I was able to work it so that way he would go home. And working with Raph, we decided that, yeah, we'd vote out Earl. And I didn't want to vote out Earl because I really trusted him for most of the game, but once he flipped on us, I knew that I couldn't trust him anymore. At the final 7, I talked to CJ. We both agreed that we needed to vote out Raph. So at that point, we had a plan for the future. So even if they thought that they were going to be safe, they were going home, even though they thought they had CJ, because CJ was in reality going to be working with me for the rest of the game. And I probably would have tried to keep him if Lindsay didn't win immunity. I won the final 5 immunity, which I think is one of the most important ones because that meant that Raph didn't win and we could just vote out Raph. I don't think it would have been as easy to get CJ to vote out Lindsay, but because I won, we were able to vote out Raph pretty easily. At the final 4, I pulled off one of the craziest moves in the entire game with Mark. We were able to get Lindsay and CJ to split their votes. Now, this doesn't seem like it would happen because obviously me and Mark are going to be working together since we've had an alliance since the beginning of the game, but Lindsay came to Mark the next day and said, well, Mark, let's vote for Alex. And Mark came to me and we're like, well, shit, if Lindsay's going to vote for me, that means that CJ might vote for me too, so what are we going to do? And I said, well, we have to split the votes. And Lindsay actually lied to CJ at the Final 4. She told CJ that she was going to vote for Mark, and that basically meant that CJ had no reason not to vote for Mark. And at that point, our Final 4 plan was successful, and we pulled off something that has never happened in this show before. At the Final 3, I really wanted to bring Mark, but at the immunity challenge,
knew that, well, he was going to drop. Obviously, that ended up happening.
I lasted 4
I know, but like, and once Mark dropped, Lindsay tried to make a deal with me immediately, and I didn't really believe it. And I basically got her to give me like assurance in the form of her headphones. So even if I did drop, which I didn't want to drop, then she would have to bring me to the end because she wasn't going to give up her $200 headphones. And basically, I played the game with everyone, and I'm glad that you guys let me get this far.
Alright, first up we have big man Earl.
Yes,
Were you like Alex? Were you ever trying to get me out?
I did not want you to go home until you had flipped on us, and I knew that you had flipped on us, and like I really wanted, like if you had told me the truth, then I probably would have tried to keep you, because like obviously we spent a lot of time together. Like I spent about 40 hours outside of this game with Earl, just talking. Like we wouldn't even talk about the game most of the time, and I'm really glad that I got to know you as a person, and I really wish that we were able to like keep playing the game together, but unfortunately like we weren't able to. I did what you thought you had to do. I understand.
Alright, do you have anything for Lindsay?
You're nice to me. I don't know. I never talked to you until like the second part. Even then, I was eliminated like the next week.
I can say that we had told you we would bring you, like we wanted to bring you to the end. We had every intention of doing so until we realized that you had already told everyone else about the clue and not told us about it, and that you had the idol and didn't tell us about it. So, like, had that not happened, we would have 100% brought you much farther than we did.
Okay. I think I'm done.
Alright.
Thank you, Earl.
Good question. Thank you.
It's okay. Okay, so I have one question first off. Actually, it's not really a question. Yes, it is. But I'm going to start off with a little like preface. So there's like 4 types of people in this world, okay? You got the sheep, the sharks, the snakes, and the moose. So can you just like let me know like what kind of people you are? Or like what type of people you think you are?
Can you elaborate on what each one is?
Okay, so snakes, you know, they're slithery. They're hiding in the bushes, ready to like bite you, like take you down, be all vicious and snaky. Sharks, they're like the creme de la creme. Like, come on, they're up there, they're living their big shark life. And then sheep are, you know, mindless sheep. So, I mean, if you guys don't understand this, it's... And then moose, of course, there's only one type of person that's a moose.
Okay, I can answer the question. I actually had thought of an analogy of like, because in Sapala, basically, like me, Mark, and Mackenzie would have been like the 3 sharks that were swimming around, just like controlling everything. Like Eric could have been like the shark friend.
I completely disagree.
Well, Eric, let me finish. You're that shark friend that like we really wanted to hang out with.
So she's like the octopus.
Right. Exactly. Earl would have been a stingray. Because like Earl would have been a stingray because like he's kind of docile, but like he can just snipe you like whenever you want.
Oh, okay, I like it.
Doug was like that little shark that was trying to hang out with us, and then like he didn't really do a good job of it.
What about you, Lindsay? What are you?
I would say pre-merge, I was definitely a shark in terms of, I don't know if any of the animals really fit because like, even though I was a shark at times, I had to like do things to make myself a shark. So like the idol play, once we had the idol, then I was a shark. Was the one.
Okay, so like, that's not how this analogy works, guys. Like, hear me out. So everyone is a sheep at first, right? They're a little sheep, but then, actually no, you're saying that you needed the idol to become a shark, which I respect that, but that means you're something else. You aren't actually a shark.
No, I'm saying that I was a shark and I had to do things to allow myself to be in that position of power. So
you're like a sneaky shark.
I'm a sneaky shark, yeah.
So yeah, you're like half snake, half shark.
I'm like the shark I'm not the great white shark, but I'm the shark that like
yeah, I got you.
Is
sort of like a tiger shark hiding in rivers?
Yes,
No, yes.
I'm like a tiger shark.
Okay.
Yeah, we are.
I don't know if I think this season of Survivor in general, a lot of sheep. That's all I'm gonna say. A lot of sheep. But then again, it's hard to play. I was a sheep probably. No, I was the moose. No, it's just like I definitely did not get that involved in this game, and you guys, it sounds like you did. So props to you for that. And I mean, you're sitting up there, so that's pretty cool.
All right, Erica, you're up next.
So first of all, I'm so confused still. I want to know from each of you what your perspective was when, like, or what was happening, I guess, when I was voted out, because I just don't even know. Like, I was, like, going through in my mind if, like, you had orchestrated the flip, or if everyone else was telling you, this is it, so then you just joined in because there was no other way.
Okay, so I can explain that. I talked to Raph like the day after Earl got voted out, and like I was really trying to get him to like vote out Catherine at that point. So I saw Catherine as a threat, and like not like like that she was gonna win the game, but just a threat that she would take anyone's spot like in the final two. Like if you're in the final three with anyone, they're gonna take you. So I wanted you out because I didn't want to be in a position where I'm in the final three with you, and then someone else wins, and I just can't go to the end. And obviously, like I've been working with you for a long time, so I wanted to keep you in if I could, but like. The more I talked to Raph, the more it became apparent that he wasn't going to do it. And he eventually just like called out like my strategy, which was that you, me, and Mark would like draw rocks, had like the final three cut, and then like try to get one of them to flip. So like at that point, I realized that if I was going to like keep playing the game, that I needed to like make sure that they could trust me and that they wouldn't think that I was going to like pull anything on them, because what they were telling me was that Catherine would go home the next week, and that's what ended up happening. So if I did vote against them, then they might not have wanted to keep that plan. So I had to vote you out. And that's why me and Mark decided that we would vote you out. Not because we wanted to vote you out, but because we knew that for our games we had to.
So who would you say that was like the first person, or like the main person to have come up with the plan?
Come up with that plan? Yeah. I think it was more of a collective thing that like all the people on casting wanted to do.
Okay. If you have anything to say, Lindsay.
For me, it was like Raph said that they were willing to vote for you, so I was like, yeah, we have to do what we have to do to keep going. But I don't know, I didn't really like push for it. It was kind of just like proposed to me, and I was like, if that means we get to keep going, then I'll do it. Yeah, I mean, I didn't really. That was one of the votes where I was kind of just like, all right, that's the deal. But
that's it for me.
All right, thank you, Erica. All right, Catherine, you're up.
I commend you guys on doing something that I was not able to do, which was, first of all, be decent human beings. Second of all, make it to the end. And reflecting back on my game, my biggest regret is going into this game, I had a lot of fear. Because I looked at myself, even when I was applying, I was saying, I should not be in this game. I am too afraid. I'm not confident enough. Everybody's gonna hate me. And so I went into this game with this attitude of just fear and almost cautiousness. And at first I interpreted this fear as cautiousness, but this caution overall just turned into a passive approach into this game that almost turned into indifference. And I think my fears going into this game, I was not able to overcome them. I hid, and I literally just spent all of it hoping somebody would take me to the end as a goat, and roasting Ryan the entire time. And this is the time where I would tell you that, like a few weeks before the game started, I swiped left on Tinder for Ryan. He has goals, I will tell you. Well, that was after. For you two, name your biggest fear coming into the game and tell me how you're able to overcome it.
That's a very good question.
I fucking know. That's why I asked it.
I would say that my biggest fear coming into this game wasn't like something social, it was just more personally, I really wanted to do well. And I was afraid that I would get voted out like pretty early on. So like what I did is that I just was active the entire time. I always approached people, I talked to people. There's a reason that I still have 5 hours on my drive that Ryan hasn't uploaded. And it's because I kept playing the game the entire time. And I knew that if I wanted to do well and I wanted to be proud of myself, I had to keep playing. And I knew that I was going to be a target right off the bat when I didn't do so hot in the first immunity challenge. It's the reason that Zoe was trying to target me. But like I just played the game as hard as I could. And I can't like be disappointed in myself now because I know that I did a good job, and even if I did lose at this point, like I played a really good game, and I know that I did everything that I possibly could have to get here.
Okay, so for me, I actually had a conversation recently about this, but so I tap dance, most of you know this, I don't think all of you do, but my director always tells me that I live with like a chip on my shoulder, because in that world of dance, nothing's ever been like given to me easily. I've always had to like prove myself,
And so knowing this about myself and knowing that I can come off as abrasive because things can be made more difficult for me than they necessarily are, I had to not necessarily change myself, but make sure that I didn't come across as like, oh, this is going to be hard for me. Like, I needed to approach people as openly as possible, and if I saw somebody I wanted to talk to, wanted to work with, Raph, I said during the first confessional I wanted to work with him. I needed to just approach him, have an open mind, and not go in with the mindset that I had to defend myself or anything like that. So that was a lot to overcome because, like I said, I can be like abrasive, stand up for myself before I even have to. So to just kind of like lay back and have real conversations with people was my biggest, like the biggest thing I had to change and do to overcome that.
All right. Good job for both of you arguing for your points. And Penis, it was very great playing this game. Ryan, fuck off.
Thank you, Catherine.
Okay. First of all, congrats, because well, you guys are there, we're here, so congrats. Gonna start off by saying, girl, you made it. You know, it's supposed to be us, us three in the final three, but things got very chaotic. And you proved that you deserve to be there. So that's like props to you. Like we've talked so much and just, have nothing against you. Alex, I got to know you when the Megan vote happened. And I feel like we just had that genuine conversation and I was like, yeah, I feel like I feel like it can work till the end or something like that. So, there's two types of goats.
Yes, there are.
One is literally a goat, and one is the greatest of all time. You can't say, oh, I'm this person, oh, I'm part literally a goat, but I'm also part greatest of all time. So, please tell me, and the jury, which goat are you?
Raph, I think it's pretty clear from the alliance that we had, spelled greatest of all time, that I am the greatest of all time. We literally had an alliance that was titled the greatest of all time. So I don't think it's really deniable that I played this game harder than anyone else again. And I want to speak to how you're talking about how you're the one that brought us to the Final Five.
Yeah.
That may be true. You might have been a very big influencer in that case, but in that Final Five, you did not make me feel comfortable, you didn't make Mark feel comfortable, you certainly didn't make CJ feel comfortable, because we all knew that we were going out at that point. You would take Mark out or me out, and then you'd take the other one out, and then you'd take CJ out, you'd bring Lindsay to the end. And so you can take credit for that, but you bringing us to the Final Five is the reason that you lost the game. And it's
I'm not saying I'm bummed about it, because I told CJ.
I never said that you were bummed about it. I'm just saying that you can take credit for it.
I feel like that's what you're sending here. That's what you're sending here. But CJ knows for a fact that I already said it to him. That I said I'm going out on a 5-4 or 3 either way. I'll be happy. I'm not gonna be bummed about it because it's nothing personal from that moment.
No, I'm not
so
saying
my question was different to that. So
I know, but I just wanted to speak to that because you were talking about it in a way that I couldn't really dispute because it was in your argument, and it was very clearly in a way that you were trying to push Lindsay and you. I understand where you're going with that, but I just wanted to speak to that. And in terms of greatest of all time, I think that I did pretty much everything you can possibly do in the game of Survivor, and there was really nothing else that I could do.
Well, before I answer the question, I think if you're gonna attack the fact that Raph was the one who wanted that Final Five and say, oh well, he did it, but he didn't do it that well, you let it happen regardless.
Right, because
So
I knew that I'd be in an advantage position in that Final Five. Why wouldn't I want? Obviously, I'm gonna want to be in that Final Five.
Secondly, I want to say that even though you're saying, oh, okay, even if we couldn't have gotten rid of you when we got rid of Megan, the other option that we heavily considered, aside from giving CJ the idol and making that move, was throwing the competition and voting you out. And we didn't because of the relationship that Raph made with you, which is the point that he's trying to make. In terms of your question, greatest of all time is obviously going to be my argument. I went through in my opening statement every single move that I've made. I always was aware, for the most part, of what everyone was trying to do with their game. I knew what Earl was doing. I'm the one who said to you, we can't trust Earl. He said he looked in front of the Benton when the clue that I memorized the minute he showed it to me specifically stated behind the Benton.
Okay. Thank Thank you.
All right, thank you, Raph.
That was only Trupp on this podcast.
So I love you both as people because I work with both of you very well. So I tried to play this game to get myself to the end, and obviously a lot of people did, but I think personally, like, you have to play the game in 3 facets. Like as I say, outwit, outplay, outlast. So I'd like to hear how you all played this game in 3 facets of the game.
Okay, so outplay. Obviously, Casson won 3 out of the 4 first challenges. I would say I played a decent role in those. Alex called it out very early. Well, Alex called it during the competition where we had the memory, we had the sheet, we had to memorize things. Catherine came back and Catherine said, "Oh, I just lost my first individual matchup." And Alex says, "Oh, we've all been there." And he goes, "Oh, except Raph and Lindsay," basically saying I had won very consistently. From that point on, I won like I said before, the 3 most important immunity challenges. The first one in the merge and the last 2 that I would not be sitting here if I had not won both of. Every single other immunity challenge, I was within the top 3 of. Outwit, like I said, I pretty much at all times knew what everyone was trying to do. That's how I knew how many votes every single person got, who got voted out in what order. I said it to you, and they know that I said it to you, that they were trying to split our votes. But for me, like I said, you had just looked at me. I was kind of in a position by myself. Everyone's telling me something different. I really can't trust you any more than I can trust Mark after you flip. You know that. So I just went with my gut and I voted Alex, and maybe that was for the best, and that's just what I felt that I had to do.
All right. Last up, we got Mark.
First question is for Alex. So Alex, I want you to take a look around the jury real quick. Look at everyone's face, and I just want to name. I don't want to know why, but I just want to name. Who do you think least deserves to be here in the jury?
In the jury?
This would be good.
I mean, it would probably, that's so hard. I mean, probably, just
I just
Erica,
want to name.
because she played the least.
Erica? Or Eric? What'd you say? Erica? Okay, cool. Lindsay. Actually, we'll come back to you. Okay, Alex. Second question. What do you think was the biggest mistake you made in the game?
The biggest mistake that I made in the game was trusting Earl as much as I did, because that meant that he flipped out. So that's, I think, pretty clear.
Okay, I was gonna go off on you, but that was my answer too. So I agree. I think you made a big mistake there, not telling us about it, because that obviously led to losing McKenzie.
No, I agree with that.
So I was gonna drive that home, but you're aware, so that makes me happy. Lindsay.
Yeah.
What was your biggest mistake in the game, you'd say?
I guess feeling so secure with Team Big Moves. Obviously CJ flipped, so yeah.
That's not the answer I had. So I'll tell you. So if I had to say your biggest mistake in the game was, out of everyone that I played the game with, you were by far the most stubborn person I played with. So there was only one person you could work with in the entire game, I'd say, and that was Raph. And the issue I have with that, right, is why did CJ go out in the Final Four? It is because you were too stubborn to work with anyone else, so you went off on your own and you voted for Alex. And even if you knew we were trying to split you up, if you knew that, no one in their right mind would just vote Alex. That was just a terrible plan, because you put yourself in a Final 3 where you had to win challenges. That's just not good strategy, in my opinion. That's really the worst possible situation you could have been, and you can only blame yourself for that. You refused to talk to me at all in the Final 3 challenge. I did everything I could to even bring up the idea of, hey, maybe take me. You refused to talk about it. You wouldn't even lie to me. You gotta at least play the game. When you did that, I was like, all right, guess I'll just wait for Alex, see if he wins, But yeah, you were just stubborn the whole game, and you were kind of oblivious. You didn't really think in the future, I felt like. You picked off Erica. You guys had a big majority at that point. And then Raph wants Catherine, so you're Raph's second vote, so you just voted out Catherine, who would have been with you guys. You could have voted me out, could have voted Alex out, and you didn't really take advantage of it. So I just don't feel like you really played thinking about the future. I just think you kind of got lucky,
you put yourself in the worst spot and happen to win the challenges. So, that's all I got.
All right, thank you, Mark.
I basically did everything that you could possibly do in the game of Survivor. I found an idol, I made an alliance, I made a fake idol, I hid an idol, and someone found that. I worked with every single person sitting here in the game. I voted with all of you, and I gave every single person a chance, and I went with the way that I thought that would bring me the furthest into the game. And like, I don't think that there's really anything that you can say that I didn't like try to like at least talk to someone about. If someone brought something to me, I would at least entertain the subject, and I would never be like stuck into one thing. There was always options, and I would always take the one that I thought was best, and I would explain to people when I was talking to them why I thought that they were the best. I won an immunity, and while it may not have been an endurance immunity like they thought, it was still a very important immunity, and I did what I had to do to get to the end. And I'm really glad that I got to work with every single one of you, and I hope that you can reward me for like playing the best game that playing the best game like in the season, I guess. And thank you, Ryan, for like making this, because that was a lot of fun.
Okay, so I said this in my opening statement, I'll say it again. I went into the game wanting to be loyal. I made my core alliance of 3, I stuck with that. We planned everything, we did the best we could to get to the end. I get myself in a position where I'm by myself, so I have to fight to stay in the game. Literally do or die 2 competitions in a row, and I pulled through and I did it. So yeah, like Alex can say he did everything he could have done. I did the same thing. I won challenges, I found idols, I made moves, I suggested things. Just because I didn't happen to talk to every single one of you doesn't mean I didn't have what you would do in my mind and think about it. Like I said, going back to that challenge, I knew who got what votes, who voted what way in every single vote. Otherwise, I would not have gotten all that right on the first try. So, I was constantly aware of what was going on. I did my best to, I did the whole thing, Lindsay's Raph second vote doesn't make sense because clearly I know how everyone's voting, what everyone's doing at all times. So I hope that you guys can see that. And yeah, thank you.
One at a time, I'm going to have you guys go out in the hallway and cast your vote. Make sure when you're casting your vote, you give a good reason why this person deserves to be the sole survivor. Then we will read the votes.
I'm voting for Alex to win because he was like very loyal to me, and I was a bad person. Yeah.
This is like obvious, so if any of the viewers don't know who I'm voting for, I don't know if you've been watching the whole season. My girl made it to the end, so I don't know. He stayed loyal to me the whole entire season. We hanged out outside the game. That's what I was looking for coming into the game, and I enjoyed our weekend together. It was nice meeting your family and everything, and I enjoyed Dartmouth with you and showing me around Boston. So I can't go vote against you. Alex, you're awesome too, but you should know who I'm voting for. Linz, this is for you. Good luck.
But I mean, I don't know. Alex talked pretty well, but I think this one's pretty obvious to me.
Yeah, I just feel like they played a good game, more than I even knew, so yeah, that's just what I gotta go for. It's someone who just, I feel like they outplayed everyone from the beginning. They gave it their all. And yeah. Good game.
Alright, for the final time, I'll go tally the votes.
Finally! It's done!
Alright. Without further ado, I'll read the votes. First vote, Lindsay. One vote, Lindsay. Yeah, if you guys want to clap. Yes. Second vote, Alex.
Third vote, Lindsay. Fourth vote, Alex.
Yes.
All tied up. Fifth vote, Lindsay. 3 votes Lindsay, 2 votes Alex. Sixth vote, Alex. We're all tied up. That's 3 votes Lindsay, 3 votes Alex. After everything, it comes down to 1 vote. The winner of Survivor UConn, you're the Husky. Alex.
Good job. Good job. You're really fun. Thank you guys. So happy.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Ryan. Give me a hug.
I hope you guys enjoyed the Survivor UConn Season 1 finale. Congrats to Alex on a great win and Lindsay on a close margin of loss, margin of victory. 4-3 vote, crazy finale. Hope you guys loved it, and I will see you in Season 2.